They took everything from us. Our homes, our families, our freedom. I thought I could survive it, but when I saw my childhood friends dragged away by Rome's soldiers, betrayal cut deeper than any blade. Now, it's not just about survival, it's about revenge, justice, and facing the monsters hiding behind Roman smiles. I will follow them into the heart of the empire, confront the traitors and make them pay. Some betrayals demand fire, some demand patience, and some demand a reckoning history will never forget. Marcus, come help me with these baskets, Livia called, tossing a smile that always made me forget my worries. I'm coming, I shouted back, gripping the handles. Don't tell me you're going to carry all of them yourself. I can, she said, nudging me playfully. But where's the fun in that? I laughed, shaking my head. You never change, do you? Octavia hovered behind her sister, clutching a bundle of herbs. Be careful, she whispered, her voice soft. Those Romans, we shouldn't tempt fate. Fate. Livia raised an eyebrow. You sound like my grandmother. Relax, Octavia. Marcus and I can handle a few soldiers if they show up. I shot her a warning glance. Don't joke. We've seen scouts near the forest. Titus himself might be around. Ah, the charming Roman, Livia said, smirking. He brings peace, and we bring baskets. Sounds like a fair trade. I frowned. I don't trust him. Never have. He's just a man, Octavia said gently. Maybe he means no harm. I knelt to tie my boot. And maybe he's a wolf in Roman armor. I've seen enough of their kind to know better. Later, near the river, a figure appeared on the path, a tall man in a polished tunic. Titus. My stomach twisted. You again? I muttered. Marcus, he said smoothly, bowing slightly. I come with an offer. Peace if your village pledges a small tribute. I don't think so, I replied. Peace bought with our goods or our lives isn't peace at all. Think carefully, he said, his eyes lingering on Livia and Octavia. I mean no harm if you comply. Refusal? He shrugged, leaving the threat unspoken. Livia stepped forward. We won't bow to you, Titus. Leave now before we make trouble. He smiled faintly like he enjoyed the tension. As you wish. But remember, peace is cheaper than war. That night I lay awake. Octavia had already fallen asleep, her soft breaths a quiet comfort. Livia tossed and turned beside me. I closed my eyes and saw a vision. Our village burned, screams echoing, shadows moving through smoke. I jerked awake, heart hammering. It's nothing, I whispered to myself. Just a dream. But the image lingered. I couldn't shake the feeling that everything was about to change. That some unseen hand was pushing us toward a storm we could not avoid. I rubbed my face and sat by the hearth. We'll be ready, I told the empty room. We have to be. Outside, the wind whispered through the trees as if carrying a warning I refused to heed. I woke to shouting. My heart jumped, too loud, too sudden. What's happening? I hissed, grabbing a spear from the corner. Livia's voice cut through the chaos. Romans? They're here. I bolted outside. Smoke curled over the treetops. Villagers screamed, running for their lives. Stay together. I shouted, but the panic scattered everyone like leaves in the wind. Marcus. Octavia grabbed my arm, trembling. We have to hide. No. I barked. We fight. At least protect the others. A soldier swung his sword near my face. I ducked, feeling the rush of cold steel. Over here. Livia yelled, striking another soldier with a club. Get them off the women. I ran, heart pounding, trying to pull her back. We can't hold them all. They're taking everyone, she cried. We have to run or they'll kill us. I hesitated. My eyes caught Caius, our elder, standing at the village edge, speaking quietly to a Roman officer. Betrayal cut sharper than any blade. Caius. I screamed. You traitor. He glanced at me, guilt flickering, then smiled nervously. Marcus, it's for the village. I'm keeping us alive. Alive. I spat. You call this alive? You're selling our families. Livia grabbed Octavia. Come on. Now. I ran beside them, but screams tore through me. Friends, neighbors, their lives ripped away in moments. I swung my spear blindly at one soldier, hitting nothing but air. Marcus, hurry. Livia shouted. We can't save them all. I won't leave without them. I growled, my fists clenching. Octavia's hand was trembling in mine. Please, we have to live to fight another day. I swallowed the lump in my throat. I can't stop seeing it, their faces. A soldier stumbled near us. I jabbed my spear, catching him off guard. He fell with a grunt. Run. I screamed. We dove into the forest, branches scratching, our breaths ragged. Behind us, smoke and fire painted the sky in angry red and orange. I dared not look back. Marcus, do you think they... Livia, my sister? Octavia's voice broke. She's strong, I said firmly. And so are you. We survive first. Then we return. But they're all... Her voice trailed off, tears streaking her dirt-covered face. I gritted my teeth. I'll find them. Every last one. Titus and his Romans will pay for this. We collapsed by the riverbank, panting, soaked in mud and fear. Livia leaned on me. You're alive? That's something. We'll plan next steps. I nodded, fury burning in my chest. Next steps? First we survive. Then, revenge. They won't forget what they've done to us. Octavia curled against me, whispering, I just want them back. I know, I murmured, squeezing her shoulder. I'll bring them back no matter what it takes. The night crept in, heavy with the scent of smoke and death. I sat staring into the darkness, imagining the worst. The betrayal stung, the loss burned, but my resolve hardened. I swore silently, Titus and Caius would answer for every life lost today. Tomorrow we plan. Tonight we survive. The forest was silent, but every crack of a branch made my heart leap. I leaned against a tree trying to catch my breath. We can't stay here forever, I muttered. Livia shook her head. We need to rest. Even hunters need rest, Marcus. Octavia's voice was barely a whisper. Do you think they'll be alive? They have to be, I said firmly, though doubt gnawed at me. I won't accept anything else. A rustle caught my attention. I spun, spear ready. A man emerged, hands raised. Wait, I'm not your enemy. I narrowed my eyes. Who are you? Darius. I used to serve Rome, but I left. I can help you, he said, voice low and wary. Why should I trust you? Livia demanded. A Roman deserter? You expect us to believe you're not a spy? I have reasons to hate them, Darius said, glancing over his shoulder. I've seen what they do. You're no different from the women they captured. They're suffering and I want them safe too. I gritted my teeth. How do we know you're telling the truth? He sighed. Because if I weren't, you'd already be dead. Octavia hesitated. Can we really trust him? I glanced at Livia. She shrugged, grim. We don't have a choice. But we watch him. I took a deep breath. Fine. Darius, you lead. But one wrong move and I won't hesitate. He nodded. Fair enough. We need to follow the river. Romans rarely patrol the waters. It's dangerous but faster than the road. We moved quietly, mud sucking at our boots. Livia muttered, I hate walking in silence like this. Makes my skin crawl. Better than running into Roman patrols, I said. Silence keeps us alive. Hours passed. The river twisted like a silver snake and my muscles ached. My mind replayed the raid over and over. I could still hear the screams, smell the smoke. Caius's face haunted me, grinning as we burned. I clenched my fist. I swear. I'll make them pay. Darius broke the silence. You're angry. You have no idea, I snapped. They took everything, our village, our people. Every friend gone. He nodded slowly. Then don't let your anger cloud your judgment. You'll need every ounce of it later. Octavia whispered, do you think they'll survive the journey to the Empire? I swallowed hard. They're strong. Livia won't break. And Octavia, she'll cling to hope. That's all we can trust right now. Night fell and we set camp. Livia sat close to me, scanning the dark tree line. We're not safe here, Marcus. Tomorrow the real danger begins. I know, I said, staring at the flickering fire. But every step brings me closer to them. To revenge. To making this right. Darius crouched nearby, sharpening a blade. You have a long road ahead. And it won't be easy. I don't care, I said firmly. I'll face whatever it takes. They're alive and I'll bring them back, or die trying. The forest whispered around us, carrying the faint sounds of distant soldiers. I closed my eyes for a moment, imagining Livia and Octavia surviving, waiting for me. It was enough to steel my resolve. Tomorrow we move deeper into enemy territory. I can't fail, not now. I crouched behind the outpost wall, heart hammering. I can't believe we're doing this, I whispered. Livia's voice was steady, though I knew she felt it too. We don't have a choice. They're inside, our people. Every minute counts. Octavia shivered. Marcus, what if we get caught? I gritted my teeth. Then we fight. Or die trying. Either way, we don't leave empty-handed. Darius crept beside me, glancing toward the gate. Romans are on edge. Titus is expecting something unusual tonight. We have to move carefully. I nodded. I know. But I can't wait any longer. Livia and Octavia, they're counting on me. Through a slit in the wall I saw them, my friends. Livia held her ground as a soldier pushed her toward a building. Octavia trailed, pale and trembling. My chest tightened. I'll get you out, I muttered. Darius tapped my shoulder. Listen, you go first. I'll cover the rear. I nodded, sliding through the shadows like a ghost. Stay close, I whispered to the girls as I approached. Livia spotted me. Her eyes widened. Marcus? Is that really you? It's me, I said quickly. We're getting out. Quietly or we're dead. Octavia's hand trembled as she clutched mine. I can't believe you're here. I promised, I said, voice low. And I always keep my promises. A guard turned the corner. I froze. Move. I hissed. Livia shoved Octavia behind a crate, and I struck the soldier with a swift jab to the ribs. He crumpled silently. Marcus. Livia whispered sharply. Keep moving. Titus will notice soon. We ducked into an empty corridor. I overheard whispers, Titus speaking with another officer. Some captives are being sold to nobles in Rome. Make sure no one interferes. My stomach dropped. They're planning to sell them, I muttered. Livia's eyes narrowed. Then we have to stop them. Now. I glanced at Darius, who nodded grimly. I'll handle the guards. You two get the women. I turned to Livia. You know the risk? She smirked faintly. When have I ever backed down? Octavia clutched my arm. I'm scared, Marcus. What if we fail? You won't fail, I said, gripping her shoulder. We're together. That's our strength. We crept through shadows, every step measured. I kept replaying Caius's betrayal, Titus's smug face. Rage and fear burned inside me. A sudden noise, footsteps. Darius intercepted, and the clash echoed briefly, but it gave us enough time. I grabbed Livia and Octavia, pulling them toward the exit. Almost there, I whispered. Just a little further. I glanced back once. Titus's figure loomed in the doorway, realization dawning too late. I grinned faintly, fury coiling in me. This isn't over, I muttered. Octavia squeezed my hand. You'll get us through this? I swear, I said, eyes blazing. No one survives like this without paying the price. The night swallowed us as we slipped into the forest. Shadows were our allies now. We crouched among the trees, the Roman outpost burning faintly in the distance. Smoke curled into the night sky. Marcus, we could wait, Livia said softly. We don't have to rush in. I shook my head, fists clenched. Wait, they've taken everything. Our friends, our home, and Caius, that coward, smiling while our people died. I'm not waiting. Octavia trembled beside me. But Marcus, what if more die? What if it's too late? I can't think like that, I said firmly. Every second counts. We strike now or we lose them forever. Darius appeared from the shadows, blade glinting. You've made your choice. I'll cover you. But this will get messy. Messy is fine, I muttered. I want them to remember the chaos they caused. Livia glanced at me, eyes sharp. We'll follow you, Marcus. But you're taking us straight into danger. Better danger than sitting idle, I snapped. My heart pounded. Ready? Ready, Livia and Octavia said together. We moved like shadows, creeping close to the outpost. A lone guard appeared. I lunged forward, grabbing him by the collar. Quiet, I hissed. He froze, then I shoved him into the bushes. Livia whispered, good start. Let's keep moving. We reached the edge of the courtyard. Flames licked the walls, soldiers shouting in alarm. Darius signaled. Now. I drew a torch from the pile of debris. My hand shook, but anger steadied me. Fire, I said simply. We make them pay. Livia tossed another torch. For our village. Octavia clutched my arm. Marcus, are you sure? I'm sure, I said, lighting the dry straw. It ends tonight. The fire caught quickly. Soldiers screamed, running in every direction. I dashed through the chaos, grabbing Livia and Octavia. Stay close. A Roman officer blocked our path. I struck him with the butt of my spear. Move! I yelled. Livia pushed past him, swinging a club with precision. Darius fought behind us, holding off reinforcements. Go! Go! He shouted. Caius appeared near the gates, hands raised. Marcus, wait. It's not too late. Mercy! I spat at him. Mercy? You watched our village burn and called it survival. You're no longer worth my time. Livia whispered, he's helpless. Leave him. I nodded, glancing back at the chaos. Titus appeared on the balcony, eyes wide. Marcus, stop this. Too late, Titus. I yelled. Your empire of cruelty ends tonight. Flames roared, buildings cracking. Soldiers scrambled. Livia and Octavia followed me, fear and determination mingling in our steps. We made it to the forest edge. I gasped for air, chest burning. We did it, I said, though the cost weighed on me. Octavia's voice trembled. Marcus, so many died. I know, I said, swallowing the lump in my throat. But it had to be done. We survived. And those who betrayed, they'll see the consequences. Livia placed a hand on my shoulder. You've changed tonight. Stronger, but harder. I looked back at the glowing horizon. I have to be. If we live through this, if they survive, I will make sure Titus pays for every scream, every death, every betrayal. Darius approached, nodding once. This is just the beginning. But you led them into fire, and you survived. I gritted my teeth, staring into the burning outpost. Then the real fight begins. The night swallowed the smoke and flames, and I knew one thing, there would be no mercy for those who crossed me. We crouched in the forest, watching Titus pacing on the balcony of what remained of his outpost. His face was pale, eyes darting, hands trembling. Look at him, Livia whispered. Even he feels fear now. I smirked, teeth gritted. That's only the beginning. Let's see how he handles the rest. Darius leaned close. You planned this well, Marcus. You knew who to target first. I knew where the leverage was, I said. Titus trusted his network of allies. I just nudged them toward him. Octavia shivered beside me. Do you think he'll be sorry? I shook my head. He won't feel true remorse. Only fear. And that's enough. A messenger ran out, panting, shouting in Latin. Titus's eyes widened. Impossible, he screamed. They betrayed me? He underestimated you, Livia said softly. You made them crumble without even touching them. I clenched my fist. It's not over. He'll crumble more. From our vantage point, we saw Titus's trusted officers whispering among themselves, glances sharp and suspicious. The chaos-eyed zone spread quietly, methodically. Every secret betrayal, every political misstep came to light. Octavia leaned against me. Marcus, you really did this, without anyone dying? I shook my head, voice low. I wanted revenge, not senseless blood. They'll live to see their mistakes just like we did. Livia's eyes gleamed. And our friends, they're surviving. Stronger than ever. Through the trees we could hear voices, captured women not hiding anymore. They shouted commands, pushed soldiers aside, and reclaimed small sections of the outpost. Livia smiled faintly. They're taking control. My sister. Octavia, they're helping too. I tightened my jaw. That's what I hoped for. They survive, they fight back, and the betrayers fall. Suddenly, Titus stumbled down the steps, panicked. Stop this madness. You'll regret it, Marcus. I stepped into view, arms crossed. I don't regret a thing. You wanted control. You wanted power. You took it from people who trusted you. Now you watch it slip away. His face twisted in fury. I will. Save it, I said sharply. Every word you say now is meaningless. Your empire of fear is crumbling and no one will answer to you anymore. A young officer spoke up, voice trembling. Sir. The Senate, they've received word of your failures. They'll recall you. Your allies are leaving. Titus froze. I could see the realization hit him. Every threat, every intimidation now turned inward. His pride shattered faster than any army could. Octavia whispered, Marcus, he's broken? Yes, I said. And we're still standing. Alive, stronger, and united. That's the difference. Livia's hand brushed mine. You did more than save us. You made him face his own weakness. I nodded. Justice, Octavia. Karma in motion. And no one dies who doesn't deserve it. The women, our friends, they're resilient. Titus will see what he lost and it will haunt him. We watched as his allies abandoned him, the outpost in disarray. Flames from earlier fires still flickered, illuminating the fear and regret in every Roman face. I suppose he won't try again? Octavia asked, hope and uncertainty in her voice. Not after this, I said, voice steady. He'll think twice before crossing anyone again. And if he doesn't, I'll make sure he learns the hard way. Darius nodded. You did well, Marcus. This is more than revenge, it's justice. Silent, inevitable and complete. I looked at Livia and Octavia, their eyes bright despite everything. We survived, I murmured. And those who betrayed us, they're paying in ways they can't ignore. The forest was quiet, the night deep, but in my chest, a storm of relief, rage and satisfaction raged. We had won, not with sheer strength alone but with patience, cunning and the will to survive. And Titus, he would remember this night forever. The forest was quiet at dawn. Smoke from the ruined outpost drifted lazily, a reminder of the chaos we'd caused. I exhaled, shoulders heavy. We made it, I whispered, though it felt like more than survival, it was a fragile victory. Livia sat on a fallen log, arms crossed. We survived, yes. But at what cost? I looked away, throat tight. I keep thinking about the village, the friends we lost. Caius. Octavia rested her head against my shoulder. I can't stop seeing them either. But you brought us through, Marcus. You kept us alive. I nodded, swallowing hard. It doesn't feel like enough. I wanted to save everyone. And some, we couldn't. Livia's eyes softened. You did everything you could. And we're here. That counts. I sighed. I thought revenge would make me feel better, but it's hollow without them. The village, the people we loved, they're gone and nothing I do changes that. Darius approached, carrying a small bundle of supplies. You're thinking too much, he said, though his eyes were somber. The cost of survival is never fair. But you acted. You saved lives. That matters. I shook my head. It's not just survival. It's what we've become. Livia, Octavia, you've changed. I've changed. And Titus, he's broken, yes, but I feel no joy in it. Just exhaustion. Octavia lifted her head. Do you regret it? I thought of the fire, the chaos, the fear on Titus's face. No, I said finally. I don't regret it. But I feel every life lost in my chest. Every scream. That stays with you. Livia looked at me sharply. Then we rebuilt. Not the village but ourselves. We're alive. And we can't waste that by drowning in regret. I nodded slowly. You're right. But how do we move forward knowing what we've seen? Darius shrugged. We keep walking. One step at a time. You can't undo the past, but you can shape what comes next. I glanced at the women, their faces showing resilience mixed with trauma. You've both endured so much, and you've survived. That gives me hope. Octavia's voice was soft but firm. We survived because of you, Marcus. And because we refused to give up on each other. Livia added, we'll carry the scars. But we'll carry the strength too. Don't forget that. I took a deep breath, letting the tension in my shoulders ease slightly. I won't forget. I promise. And I won't let what happened define me completely. We fight, we live, and we honor those we lost. Darius glanced toward the horizon. The world is still dangerous. There will be more battles, more decisions to make. But tonight, we rest. I nodded. Rest. And remember the lessons. Trust sparingly. Fight fiercely. Never forget. Octavia smiled faintly. I think we can do that, together. Livia stood, stretching. Then let's move. We survive, yes, but we also live. And the price we paid, we honor it by not wasting the chance we've earned. I watched the sun rise, painting the forest gold. My heart was heavy, but there was a quiet resolve there too. We had survived betrayal, fire, and fear. And though our lives would never be the same, we still had each other. I whispered to myself, we endure. We survive. And we remember. That's the true victory. And in that moment, for the first time since the raid, I felt it, hope tempered by grief but strong enough to carry us forward.